Well, hello all. This has been a great first week. And here we are already at May 27th. And it's amazing. We've covered three chapters. We've gone through everything from, you know, identifying HR management. And that essentially is knowing what the difference is between strategic HR management and an organizational strategic plan where we partner and integrate with the organization in order to achieve strategic goals and objectives. So that's really important to that end. And knowing the difference between what management is and what managers do is kind of important as well. All managers have to be cognizant of the strategic organizational plan. It's essential, and we know that. Um, then we moved on to chapter two, and there's a lot of that. I know, a lot of reading, but again, remember we're putting the whole semester in 7 weeks, but it's very doable. I don't want you to read every single word in the chapter. Just get the gist of it and look at the outlines that I put up, and all the things in blue are all the links that you guys can look at to further elaborate and get a better understanding of the material. So chapter two pretty much covered equal opportunity in the law, basically EEOC, going back to the remnants of when EEOC started, the 1964 Civil Rights Act, Title VII, and had gone through many modifications through that. Most significantly in 1991, where we implemented the Americans with Disabilities Act and a lot of things. And between that time, we had age and sexual discrimination, physical discrimination, pregnancy discrimination, all of those things. And now we're dealing with gender discrimination, fast forward into the 21st century. And so there's all types of things that we need to be aware of when it comes to EEOC. And then finally, HR on chapter three, HR management strategy and analysis. So now we're really getting deep into the strategic plan and how we analyze that strategic plan, how we partner with the organization in order to reach organizational goals. Because HR is essentially the glue of the organization, it keeps things together. It shows the communication, if you remember from your Management 101 courses, what is the connection between the strategic, tactical, and operational components of the organization. So you got all your DQs and your due dates for that. That's all set in stone. So what I want you to do today, the last day of the first week, is I want you to kind of reflect. Yeah, reflect on everything in the three chapters, okay? Go through them. If you haven't finished your DQs, I didn't shut them off, go in and perfect them, okay? You can essentially, or if you didn't get them done, finish them up, okay? That's really kind of important. Put in quality stuff. And you get the overview of the week. I want you to read that as well before you do anything between the 21st and the 27th of May. But beyond that, that's pretty much it. And next week, we're going to start part two. Next week, we're going to be covering, essentially chapters 4 and 5. And then week 3, we're going to be covering chapters 6 and 7. Week 4, we're now going to start to get into training and development. And we're going to be covering chapters 8 and 9. And week 5, we're going to be doing chapters 10 and 11. Week 6, we're going to be covering chapters 12 and 13. And then week 7, I'm going to go into, different types of enrichment topics in HR management. So, like building employee relations and that type of thing. But again, that's not etched in stone. I'm going to go with the flow of the class. There's a lot of chapters. There's 18, and I don't intend on covering 18 chapters, but I just wanted to give you an overview of what I'm going to be doing. So that's pretty much it, folks. Have a good week, and looking forward to reading your DQs.